Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the last video of section 3.1. Alright, now this is only 3 slides long, but each one takes a little bit, so just bear with me, please. Okay, so they're talking about a guy years ago who won a ton of money on Jeopardy, and this is actually true. He won 74 straight games of Jeopardy and won more than $3 million. But let's do it again, kind of with our logic. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take the symbols and we're going to write them out in words. So it says negation of Q. Now, that is the opposite of Q. Ken Jennings won more than $3 million. The opposite of which would be, Ken Jennings did not win more than $3 million. Pretty easy stuff, not hard. Kind of the reverse of what we've been doing. Let's keep going, though, okay? Just make sure we understand this. Now, P, and that is an or right there, and then a Q. So we got to put an or in between P and Q. So P is Ken Jennings won 74 games of Jeopardy. Next, we put in the disjunction, which is the or. I'm going to go with he. You're allowed to do this once you introduce him. Won more than $3 million. Still seems pretty easy, not too hard, right? And we get a little more complicated now. We're going to do a negation on both the P and the Q, and this is the biconditional in between, which is if and only if. So I'm going to start with the P, but I'm going to do the negation of it. Negation of it would be Ken Jennings did not win 74 games of Jeopardy. Next, I need the double arrow, which is the biconditional, which is if and only if. I'm going to finish it with the negation of Q. He did not win more than $3 million. Again, not terribly hard, but it's getting a little more complicated. Finally, we get to the bottom one, and I hope you remember this, okay? This bottom one, whenever you've got the negation outside of parentheses, it starts with it is false. That. Okay, that's how that one worked. We saw that 2 examples ago. And now we do the part inside the parentheses, which is the P and then the Q. Well, the P is Ken Jennings. Getting tired of writing his name yet? Won 74 games of Jeopardy. Next, we put in our symbol, which was the and symbol. And now we do the P, or the Q. And he won more than $3 million. So that's kind of our way of doing more complex stuff, okay? Taking it from symbols and writing out the words. And then the next example, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to take it with words and put it into symbols at this point in time. So again, same idea going on right here, but this is more complex. And if I'm you right now, seriously, guys, you really want to go ahead and stop it and do these on your own before I tell you how. But however you want to do it, okay? We're going to start with the temperature is not 90 degrees. Well, P is the temperature is 90 degrees. So the temperature is not 90 degrees is symbolized by negation of P. Continuing on from this point in time. As we continue on, we've got and. And is a conjunction, which is utilized with the tenth symbol. The air conditioner is working. Q is the air conditioner is working. Finally, but the apartment is hot. But is another word for and. The apartment is hot is R. But you need to insert some parentheses, guys, so put them where you think they are. They are around the compound statement. Notice here's the comma. The compound statement is the one before, so they'll be around these two. That's where the parentheses go. That's that statement in symbolic nature. Next up, The temperature is 90 degrees. Well, the temperature is 90 degrees is P. But this says if the temperature is 90 degrees, then. Well, that's a conditional. That's the if then right there. Continuing, the air conditioner is working is Q. Or the apartment is hot. And or the apartment is hot is the or symbol with the apartment being hot, which is R. Once again, you need parentheses, so look at the comma and look where the multiple statements are, the compound side. The compound side is the right-hand side, which means I will put them around here. Last one. It is false that if the apartment is hot, then the air conditioner is not working. It is false, once again, is a negation with parentheses around an entire statement. Now let's figure out what the entire statement is. The apartment is hot is R. If, then, is the conditional. Just a one-arrowed line. Finally, the air conditioner is not working. Well, the air conditioner is working is Q, so the air conditioner is not working is the negation of Q. Pretty easy stuff. A little more complex, but I don't think it's terrible, guys. All right, last one, last slide of this particular set of notes. We're going to do one more time. We're going to take it from the symbols and we're going to write it in words. It's a little more complex in the words this time, okay? Or the symbols to it is. So here we go. We start off with P or Q. So P is the water. Whoa, capital. The water is 70 degrees. Oh, okay. We'll just go degrees. This symbol right here is or. Q is the sun is shining. Now you're noticing here there are parentheses around those two. That means I need to put a comma at the end of them. Finally, we've got an and symbol here and a negation of R. Negation of R is the opposite of we go swimming, and which is we do not go swimming. Taking it from symbols, putting it into words. Here we go. Next one up, we're going to start with P, or Q implies P, all right? Or Q, if, then with the Q and the P. So the Q at this point in time is the sun is shining. The P is the water is 70 degrees. So this first part then would be if the sun is shining, then the water is 70 degrees. Once again, there are parentheses around that part, so we need to put a comma after it once we write it out in actual words. Finally, we've got this little symbol right here. The V is the or, and we've got an R. R is we go swimming. And the last one, the last example. I know you're excited. Here we go. Q. This is an if then, and then we've got the parenthesis part. All right, let's start with the Q. So the if then starts if, and then we go the Q. Q is the sun is shining. We got to put a then after that. Now that's this first part, Q with the arrow. If the sun is shining, then. Next, we're going to go ahead and write out the rest of this. The rest of this is P with the if and only if, and R. Well, the P is the water is 70 degrees. Next, we've got this double arrow, which is the if and only if. Finally, we've got the R, and the R at this point is we go swimming. And we must put a comma somewhere because of the parentheses, and it will go, the sun is shining, then, right there. That's our last video from 3-1.